My name is Ophelia Cox. I'm 31 years old and was married to Caliban Cox, who's now dead, which is why I'm here. Here is Rose Greenough Hospital in Goldston, what they call the nut house back in Sneak County. Anyway, reason I'm telling you this is because Dr. Shamuda, a nice Arab lady, first Arab I ever met, says that talking about these things will show her that I'm making progress, and I'll help her to get them to let me go home. So let me start again. I'm 31 years old, and I'm a Hargis. Or was, till I got married. My daddy's name is Junior Hargis, and my mama's name was, or is, Jezebel. We don't know if she was or still is, because she got religion and ran off with a traveling preacher when I was 10. We haven't heard anything from her since. I have 3 brothers, one older and 2 younger, who are twins. My big brother's name is Hamlet, Prince of Denmark Hargis. He's just called Ham. Ham is a sergeant in the army. And twins' names is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, but we just call them Rosie and Gil for short. And they work with the rest of the men in the family for Hargis well drilling septic tank service. Daddy named us all after people in a story by William Shakespeare called Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. He's got a big book with everything William Shakespeare ever wrote in it, given to him by his high school teacher, Miss Fanny Dewlap. He puts more store in that book than most people do by the Bible. He used to go around quoting Shakespeare all the time till everybody laughed at him. Now he's just got old-timers disease, and all he can do is quote Shakespeare and TV commercials and a lot of other filthy things that make me blush if I didn't know he wasn't in his right mind. Anyway, we all live on what everybody calls Hargis Hill. It's sort of like a town, only that everybody that lives there is a Hargis or is married to a Hargis. And there's a scattering of Letts and Skinners too, but they're all Hargis kin. The men all work for Hargis well drilling septic tank, and the women all mind the children and tend the garden and do all the things that women are supposed to do. When I was 14, I married Caliban Cox. The neighbor boy who was 16, he lived at the foot of Hargis Hill with his mama, Miss Cornelia Cox. They were our closest neighbors who weren't Hargis. And Cal didn't know who his daddy was. Nobody did except his mama, and she wasn't telling. Anyway, me and Cal got married, and he went to work for Hargis well drilling septic tank, and I guess I was just about the happiest girl in the world. Cal was a real sweet boy. He didn't get drunk too much or get mean like a lot of the Hargis men. He could do it better than any of my cousins could. We had 3 children, Hexema, Siberia, Psoriasis. I got the names from a commercial I saw for Tegrin Medicaid shampoo. They're pretty names, and I think kind of different, too. If we had another child, I would have named it Tegrin if it was a boy, or Tigrine if it was a girl. Hexema is buried up on the top of Hargis Hill in the county. He was always putting things in his mouth. When he was 5, he put something in his mouth that made him swell up and die. Siberia is a beautiful child. She's got golden hair and blue eyes. But she won't ever keep her mouth closed all the way. She's not real outgoing. In the summer, she sits around on the front porch and watches the flies, and in the winter, she sits on the floor and watches the fire. And every now and then, a bunch of her cousins come and carry off to the woods. I hope one day she gets pregnant and one of them has to do the right thing by her. She'll never get a man on her own. She's just not outgoing enough. Psoriasis is my favorite. He's a baby at 13. He's still in school, smart like his granddaddy used to be. As far as looks, I guess he really takes after my side of the family. He's got the hoggest hair lip, and he's cross-eyed like all the Skinners, which is what my mom was, or is. Well, that's my family. Now, this is how I got here, Rose Green Hospital. 3 weeks ago, Cal was killed in a septic tank accident. I was sitting on the front porch when up drives a pump truck that Cal left on in the morning. Harry S. Hargis was driving with Agnew Hargis, who was born the same day as Hexema, in the middle, and Lot Hargis, Agnew's daddy, on the other side. Harry S. Lot got out of the truck and walked up to the porch, and by this time I could see that Agnew was crying from the cab of the truck, and I just knew something happened to Cal. Well, Harry stepped up on the porch and looked at his feet. "Feel ya," he said, then stopped. I said, "It's Cal, ain't it?" He said, "Cal's dead. We had some trouble with septic tank." "Don't say no more, Harry S." I said. "When your man's been killed by a septic tank, you don't want to hear no details." Well, the rest of that day is sort of blurry, and I just know I slept and cried a whole bunch. The next morning, the undertaker brought Cal back out to the house for the viewing so they could bury him the next day. He sure looked real nice. Just like he hadn't even been in a septic tank accident. He smelled kind of funny, though. Well, that night, after everybody come by and seen him and remarked on how nice he looked, me and Psoriasis was sitting up with Cal. I thought, there ain't no use in us sitting up all night like this, and I'll never get a chance to sleep with Cal again, so me and Psoriasis took Cal out of his box and put him in the bed. Next morning, I woke and it was almost time for the undertaker to take Cal to the church. Me and Psoriasis had to hurry to get Cal back in his box, and we did just as the undertaker come through the door with his two boys. Well, they stopped, and them three's mouths hung open so they looked like Severia. We didn't have time to get Cal's tie tied or his hair combed back. And I noticed his shirt wasn't buttoned up quite right either. And then I noticed I smeared some of his makeup right before he was supposed to be in church, just like he'd done to me so many times before. And I thought, I got you back, Cal. And that made me laugh. Well, I noticed nobody else was laughing or saying nothing. I thought they were mad because I messed up the nice job they done on Cal. I thought I should say something. So I said, I just had to sleep with Cal one last time. Well, got even quieter. The undertaker went and made some phone calls. We went to the funeral. And the sheriff came by with some papers and brought me here. And they keep asking me about something called, NECROPHILIA, which I thought at first was a name they were calling me, but found out it's liking to do with dead people, which I don't like to do and never have. I just want to sleep with Cal one last time, and I just got carried away a little and tried to love him back to life, which I know I couldn't have done with him even if I wanted to. cows called dead people's stiffs on TV? Well, I can tell you the cow won. Well, that's my story. I sure hope y'all tell him to let me go home. All I want to do is get back to Hargis so everything's normal.
Do you love getting naked? Do you love skin on skin? Do you love the way your lover tastes? Do you love when you love your lover again? Do you love when you're free to stay? And do you love when you're free to go? Do you love all that you do?